I'm Donna Blanchard, and this is your ThinkTech news for Wednesday, September 9th, 2015. Jean-Claude Juncker, the European Commission president, has come up with a plan for Europe to deal with the hundreds of thousands of migrants that have been traveling into the Union from war-torn and deeply troubled places like Syria and Libya. The plan assigns each member state a number of refugees to accept based on that country's economic strength, population, unemployment, and the number of asylum applications it has approved over the last 5 years. Those quotas are higher than quotas suggested at the June meeting, which were not approved, but the number of migrants crossing into Europe has steadily grown since then, and the problem of what to do with those refugees has become more insistent and urgent. Mr. Juncker urged Europeans to remember their ancestors who sought refuge from religious persecution, war, and famine, and said as long as there is war in Syria and terror in Libya, the refugee crisis will not simply go away. The countries that have already accepted migrants above their proposed quotas are Greece, Bulgaria, Malta, Italy, Cyprus, Hungary, Austria, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Sweden. Those below their proposed quotas include Spain, Portugal, France, Croatia, Slovenia, Romania, the Czech Republic, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Finland. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said today that the U.S. was committed to taking in more of the Syrian refugees, though he didn't outline any details. We have absorbed 1,500 refugees since the beginning of the Syrian war, and another 300 are expected by October. For perspective, though, let's note that Germany took in over 20,000 people last weekend and is preparing for 800,000 this year. In an effort to stem the tide of their flailing financial market, China's leaders have been taking unorthodox steps that may have the opposite effect of that intended. Police have been making surprise visits to investment firms and downloading their transaction records for scrutiny. Senior executives at China's biggest investment bank have been arrested on suspicion of illegal trading. A business journalist was detained and apparently coerced into apologizing on national television for writing an article that could have hurt the market. And the government has spent as much as $235 billion to build shares and bolster prices while imposing a range of extraordinary restrictions on sale of stocks. The efforts appear to have helped steady the market currently, but experts warn that after decades of making slow and steady progress in building Western-style financial markets, China may be reversing course. Iran's supreme ruler, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, said today that he doesn't think Israel will exist in 25 years. Speaking about Israel on his personal website and on Twitter, Khamenei said, after nuclear negotiations, the Zionist regime said they will not be worried about Iran in the next 25 years. I am telling you first, you will not be around in 25 years' time, and God willing, there will be no Zionist regime. He also said he would not allow any new negotiations with the U.S., though his foreign minister, Mohammad Javad Zarif, has raised the possibility of discussing a solution for the war in Syria with the United States and allies. Speaking of those nuclear negotiations, Hillary Clinton announced today that she is in favor of the Iran nuclear deal, but said it would work only as a part of a larger strategy toward Iran that contained the power Tehran may gain as sanctions are lifted and billions of dollars flow back into the country. Queen Elizabeth II has become Britain's longest-serving monarch today. She became queen at the tender age of 25, vowing that as long as she lived, she would serve the kingdom. 63 years later, she surpassed the reign of her great-great-grandmother, Queen Victoria. Say it with me now. Long live the Queen. Donna Blanchard, ThinkTech News. We're back.